Have you ever wondered how geopolitical forces shape our world, how alliances are formed and sometimes dissolved? Today we delve into the story of one such alliance, the Southeast Asia Collective Defense Treaty, better known as SEATO. A tale that begins in the mid-20th century and unfolds amidst the backdrop of the Cold War. The story begins on the 8th of September 1954 in Manila, where the treaty was signed. This was part of the American Truman Doctrine, a policy aimed at creating anti-communist bilateral and collective defense treaties. The brainchild of American diplomat George F. Kennan, these treaties were designed to keep communist powers in check. In the case of SEATO, the main focus was Communist China. John Foster Dulles, the Secretary of State under President Dwight D. Eisenhower, was the primary force behind SEATO's creation. He expanded the concept of anti-communist collective defense to Southeast Asia. Then Vice President Richard Nixon, fresh from his Asia trip, advocated an Asian equivalent of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO. NATO was the model for SEATO, with the military forces of each member coordinated to provide collective defense. SEATO's headquarters was established in Bangkok, and the organization was officially created in 1955 at the first meeting of the Council of Ministers. The organization was headed by the Secretary General, a role created in 1957 at a meeting in Canberra. The first Secretary General was Pote Sarasin, a Thai diplomat and former ambassador to the US, who later served as the Prime Minister of Thailand. Unlike NATO, SEATO had no joint commands with standing forces. Its response protocol in the event of communism presenting a common danger was vague and ineffective. However, membership in SEATO did provide a rationale for a large-scale US military intervention in the region during the Vietnam War. Despite its name, SEATO mostly included countries located outside of the region, but with an interest either in the region or the organization itself. The Philippines and Thailand were the only Southeast Asian countries that actually participated in the organization. They shared close ties with the United States and faced incipient communist insurgencies against their own governments. Other regional countries like Burma and Indonesia were more focused on domestic stability rather than any communist threat, and thus rejected joining it. Malaya also chose not to participate formally, though it was kept updated with key developments due to its close relationship with the United Kingdom. To recap, SEATO, born out of the Truman Doctrine, was an attempt to curtail the spread of communism in Southeast Asia. It was modeled after NATO, but lacked joint commands with standing forces, making its response protocol somewhat ineffective. Despite these shortcomings, it provided justification for US involvement in the Vietnam War. The organization was primarily made up of countries outside of Southeast Asia, with only the Philippines and Thailand fully participating. Other nations in the region chose to focus on domestic stability rather than join the alliance. The story of SEATO serves as a reminder of the complex dynamics of international relations and the intricate dance of power, politics, and ideology that shapes our world. Our